Good morning. Thank you all for joining. We will get started in just a moment once we clear the waiting room.
Good morning.
Morning. Thank you all for being with us this morning. We'll get started in a moment when we clear the waiting room. And as a reminder, when you are entering from the waiting room, please do remain on mute unless or until you are presenting or providing testimony before the board. Good morning. This is a hearing before the licensing board for the city of Boston. Today is Wednesday, June 25th, 2025. Today's hearing is being held pursuant to temporary amendments to the open meeting law. That is what allows us to meet virtually. Today's hearing is being recorded and will be posted to the City of Boston's website. Before I review procedural matters, I will introduce Chairwoman of the Board, Kathleen Joyce.
Good morning. My name is Kathleen Joyce, Chair of the Boston Licensing Board, and today I'm also joined by Commissioner Kiana Saxon and Commissioner Liam Curran.
Thank you. Please ensure that your audio and visuals are working properly if you will be presenting before the board this morning. We'll call each item in the order that it appears on this morning's agenda. I will then ask who is present on behalf of the applicant. You'll make a brief presentation regarding your proposal, followed by questions by the chair and commissioners. Followed by questions, there will be an opportunity for testimony, beginning with elected officials or their representatives. For members of the public wishing to provide testimony, please limit your testimony to 2 minutes, and please state your name, address, and affiliation, if any. We'll begin with the first item on this morning's agenda, calling item number 1, Van Leeuwen 400 Newbury Street, LLC, doing business as Van Leeuwen Ice Cream, located at 1001 Boylston Street, has applied for a common victualler license to be exercised on the above. The premises located at 400 Newbury Street, Suite 200, which is also known as 1001 Boylston Street. It's a 788 square foot ground level ice cream shop consisting of a customer area, service counter, 1 public restroom, and a back room for storage and warewashing with no seating. Manager Grant Jones, hours of operation 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Who's present on behalf of the applicant?
Daniel Brennan's here with DPB Design.
Great. Thank you very much. If you could please briefly present the proposed concept to the board.
Sure. Thank you, Madam Chair, board members. My name is Daniel Brennan with DPB Design Consultants, here today for a new ice cream shop going in over at the Lyric building. It's a brand new building, so we're a first generation tenant. Small space, it's just 788 square feet. Just serving ice cream, no seats. There is like a flex stand-up counter and a public restroom available. We did meet with the neighborhood association and distributed butterflyers and didn't receive any opposition. We did receive a temporary CV where we opened last Wednesday. We received our certificate of occupancy and we're open and running right now.
Okay. Thank you very much. And what will your hours of operation be? Is it 7 days a week, 11 to 11?
It is, I think it's actually midnight, 11 a.m. to midnight. That's like, those will likely be reduced depending on customer, customers coming in.
We have 11 p.m. And that's what was advertised.
Okay, we can keep it at 11 p.m. and I can notify operations.
Okay. That would be helpful. I have no questions. Commissioner Curran and Commissioner Saxon?
No questions, thank you.
No questions from me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. This time, the Mayor's Office like to defer to the judgment of this board. Some background information in the community process. As you heard from the applicant, there were flyers circulated to abutters within 300 feet. We're unaware of any concerns at this time. They also connected with the Neighborhood Association of Back Bay, which was in non-opposition. With that information, we'll defer to the board. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Actually, one moment. I'm being told that the application actually was for midnight. The temporary CV was for 11 p.m. Connor, would you happen to know if during the community process the midnight was discussed?
I believe that was on the flyer, yes, that we
Okay.
circulated.
Great.
Okay.
Thank you. That is very helpful. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. Thank you very much. Calling item number 2, Van Leeuwen 86 Van Ness Fenway Boss LLC, doing business as Van Leeuwen Ice Cream, located at 90 Van Ness Street, has applied for a common victualler license to be exercised on the above premises, also known as 1321 to 1341 Boylston Street. This is a 1,143 square foot ground level ice cream shop consisting of a dining area of 13 seats, service counter, 1 public restroom, and a back room for storage and warewashing. Manager Grant Jones, hours of operation 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Who's present on behalf of the applicant?
Daniel Brennan with DPB Design Consultants again.
Great.
Thank you, Madam Chair, board members. Similar location, ground level, first generation tenant here over by Fenway. Another small location, just over 1,100 square feet. This does have a few seats at 14 seats and a public restroom. We did meet with the Fenway Civic Association with no opposition and did circulate a butter flyers. This one recently opened as well on a temporary CV on Friday.
Okay, and will this also be 11 to midnight?
Yes.
Thank you. I have no questions. Commissioners, do you have any questions?
I do not. Thank you.
None for me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. At this time, the Mayor's Office just deferred to the judgment of this board. As you heard from the applicant, once again, we had the applicant circulate flyers to abutters within 300 feet and connect the local civic association, in this case, the Fenway Civic Association, unaware of any concerns at this time. And with that, we'll defer to the board. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this matter under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 3, Medford Coffee LLC, doing business as Dunkin', located at 39 First Ave in Charlestown, has applied for a common victular license to be exercised on the above 1,046 square foot commercial space in a mixed-use building located at 100 First Ave, building number 34, also known as 34 First Avenue. Ground floor includes a seating area for 22 with kitchen and storage in the rear, a seasonal public patio April to November with seating for 16, operating during the same hours as the restaurant. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Good morning. My name's Nicole Sullivan. I'm here on behalf of Medford Coffee LLC.
Great. Ms. Sullivan, if you could please briefly present the proposed concept to the board.
Sure. So we currently own a store at 39 First Ave, which is the next block over, and we're just relocating to 34 First Ave. We have taken care of all of our community process, flyering, no opposition there. Duncan is, usually when I go in front of the licensing board, Duncan, that says it all. We're going to be moving a lot of our existing equipment over. Countertops and everything are already in, so I just need your blessing. The one thing I do want to point out, we're not ready to go for patio seating yet, just because I need a CO and a CI and all that to get in front of them. So we're not trying to open with patio seating. I don't know if that's important to mention.
Okay, so you don't plan on having a patio, or you're just not gonna open up with it right now?
We're not going to open up with it because I don't think it's possible to open up with it, just based on the requirements that were given to me. We do want to do it down the
Okay.
road, but I think I need a CI and a CO and a CV. I need you guys first, if I'm understanding correctly, to even start the process.
Okay,
Yeah, and I believe you've been put in touch with Amanda from our team.
Yes.
And the outdoor dining to make sure that that is all squared away so you can use the patio once it is approved by the outdoor dining team. Yeah.
great. Thank you very much for joining us. I don't have any questions. Commissioners, do you?
I do not. Thank you.
I do not, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. This time, the Mayor's Office to defer to the judgment of this board. We had our applicant circulate flyers to abutters within 300 feet. There were no concerns raised from the community. It's just moving a short distance from their current location, which, as I understand, does not cause any issues for the community. With that, we'll defer to the board. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? The board will take this matter under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 4, Limerick Co. Inc. of Dorchester, doing business as Blend, located at 1310 Dorchester Ave in Dorchester. Holder of a common victualler 7-day all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Karen O'Neill to James Clements. Attorney Margot Gillis. Attorney Gillis.
Hi, I'm attorney Margot Gillis with McDermott, Quilty, Miller & Hanley in Boston, and I am here on behalf of the licensee, Limerick Co. Inc. of Dorchester, doing business as Blend in their application for a change of manager. I am also joined by James Clements, the proposed manager. He is a U.S. citizen, a resident of Boston, and he has extensive experience in the food and beverage industry, including more than 10 years of managing operations at the licensee. He is familiar with the laws of the Commonwealth, the rules of the ABCC, and this board for the sale and service of alcohol, and we are happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you. And let me just, is he, oh, I see Mr. Clements with us. Thank you very much. I have no questions. Commissioners, do you?
I do not have any questions. Thank you. Sorry.
No questions from me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 5, Morton's of Chicago, Boston Seaport LLC, doing business as Morton's Steakhouse, located at 2 Seaport Lane. Holder of a common victualler 7-day all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Mark Mahoney to Louis Langer, who is present on behalf of the applicant.
I am. Louis Langer is here, sir.
Great. Thank you for being with us this morning.
I am a citizen of the United States and a resident of Boston. I have been a manager and an operator for a little over 30 years. I'm familiar with the liquor laws in the Commonwealth and respectfully operate and understand the privilege of operation.
Okay. With that, I have no questions. Thank you for joining us. Commissioners, do you have any questions?
I do not. Thank you.
None from me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? The board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you for being with us this morning, Mr. Langer. Calling
Thank you.
item number 6, Diamond Rock Boston Broad Street Tenant LLC, doing business as the Hilton Boston Downtown Faneuil Hall, located at 89 Broad Street. Holder of an in-holder all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned for a change of officers, directors, LLC managers, and secondly has petitioned to change the DBA of the licensed business from the Hilton Boston Downtown Faneuil Hall to the Dagny, who is present on behalf of the applicant.
Hi, this is Teresa Blazewitz. I'm present on behalf of the applicant.
Great. Ms. Blazewitz, if you could just briefly present the proposed changes to the board.
So for the Dagny, we had 3 officers or directors resign from the parent company, and we're appointing 3 officers in their place. That we are appointing Annika Fisher, Stephen Spirito, and Justin Leonard.
Okay. And are there any operational changes?
No operational changes that I'm aware of to report. This is just a change of officer application and change of the DBA name.
Okay, thank you very much. Commissioners, do you have any questions? I don't have any.
I do not. Thank you.
None from me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement. Thank you. Calling item number 7, Diamond Rock Boston Tenant LLC, doing business as the Westin Boston Waterfront, located at 425 Summer Street. Holder of an in-holder all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned for a change of officers, directors, LLC managers, who is present on behalf of the applicant.
Again, this is Teresa Blazewitz, present on behalf of the applicant. And for this entity, we just had the change of directors, the same change for the previous entity.
Thank you. Are you aware of any operational changes?
I am not.
Okay, I have no questions. Commissioners, do you?
No questions, thank you.
None for me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you very much. Calling items 8, 9, and 10 together, American Multi-Cinema Inc. I have 3 locations. One is AMC Theaters Boston Common 19 at 175 Tremont Street, AMC Theaters at 100 Legends Way, and AMC at 25 District Ave in Dorchester. Holder of 3 common victular 7-day alcoholic beverages licenses have petitioned for a change of officers, directors of all 3. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Hi, myself, Brianna Bergsma, here to represent AMC on behalf of the change of officer applications for all 3 locations listed.
Thank you, Ms. Bergsma. If you could just please briefly outline the proposed changes to the board.
Yes, we are here to submit a change of officer application. Our corporate officer, Kevin Connor, has recently resigned effectively March 13th, and we have appointed Edwin Gladbeck to take over his position effectively March 14th. At this time, the updates have been submitted with the Massachusetts Secretary of State, and there have been no operational changes.
Great. Thank you. I have no questions. Commissioners, do you?
I do not, thank you.
None for me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on these 3 matters? The board will take these under advisement as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Calling item number 11, 429 Broadway LLC, located at 429 West Broadway in South Boston. Holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to pledge the license to Cambridge Savings Bank. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Yes, good morning, Attorney Green, Madam Chair, and Commissioners. Attorney Matt Eckel with Fletcher Tilton on behalf of 429 Broadway LLC. We're here this morning, as mentioned, seeking approval of our petition to pledge the 7-day all alcoholic beverage license to Cambridge Savings Bank. By way of brief background, this license was previously granted to the applicant in connection with a new restaurant located at 429 West Broadway in South Boston. The pledge request is in connection with the Cambridge Savings Bank construction loan, which is being utilized to construct the restaurant. With that, I'll pause and take any questions the commission may have.
Well, thank you. The reason for the pledge? I'm sorry if I missed it.
Sure, it's in connection with a construction loan.
Construction loan, okay. Thank you. With that, I have no questions. Commissioners, do you have any questions?
I do not, thank you.
No questions, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Calling item number 12, Alamo Seaport LLC, doing business as Alamo Drafthouse Cinema, located at 60 Seaport Boulevard. Holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license has petitioned for a change in ownership interest, has petitioned for a change of officers, directors, LLC managers, and lastly has petitioned to change the manager of the licensed business from Hannah Staton to Vanessa Morales. Attorney Dennis Quilty. Attorney Quilty.
Good morning, Attorney Green, Madam Chair, members of the board. Dennis Quilty, attorney, excuse me, representing the licensee. As indicated in Attorney Green's recitation, this is a matter of new LLC managers resulting from an upstream sale of various Alamo Seaport entities across the country. There will be 3 new LLC managers requested in this application, as well as a new manager of record. The proposed manager of record, Ms. Vanessa Morales, is with us this morning. She is a U.S. citizen, a Mass resident, and has extensive experience in sale and service of alcohol, and is familiar with the rules of the board and the laws of the Commonwealth. There are no operational changes, just a continuation with upstream changes in beneficial interests. And again, we're happy to take any of your questions.
Thank you, Attorney Quilty. Thank you, Vanessa, for joining us. I have no questions. Commissioners, do you?
No questions, thank you.
None for me, thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter? The board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling items 13 together with item number 20, Tejeda Brothers Investment LLC, doing business as Miami Restaurant located at 381 Center Street in Jamaica Plain. Item 13, holder of a common victular 7-day wines and malt beverages license, has petitioned to amend the description of the licensed business from in one room on first floor, kitchen and storage in the rear, to 3,638 square feet total, 2,210 square feet in one main room on the first floor, kitchen and storage in the rear, 1,428 square feet additional storage in the basement, dining room seating for 40 and bar seating for 8, one main entrance exit on Center Street with 2 additional emergency exits in the rear of the premise. And secondly, is also petitioned to remove the following condition from the license: no bar, alcohol with food only. And item 20, the applicant has also applied for a common victual or 7-day all alcoholic beverages license to be exercised on the above with the same description that has just been read into the record. Manager Leandro Tejeda, closing time 1 a.m. Attorney Kristen Scanlon. Attorney Scanlon.
Morning, Madam Chair, members of the board, Attorney Green, Kristen Scanlon for the applicant and licensee. Signed on with us this morning are brothers and owners, Leandro and Eddie Tejeda, also with Leandro's wife, Jenny, who also assists with operations at the restaurant. The proposed manager of record, which is similar to the existing beer and wine license that they hold at this restaurant, is similarly, again, Leandro Tejeda, who is a currently approved manager of record by this board and the ABCC. With the two applications combined, the requests before you this morning are number one for a new all alcohol beverages license, and number two, alteration of premises, given recent renovations at the restaurant, and number three, due to those renovations and relatively new ownership by Tejeda Brothers Investment, removal of the previous condition from the transferred license of no bar and alcohol with food only. By way of background, the restaurant itself has been in a restaurant, I shouldn't say the restaurant, but a restaurant itself has been in existence here for 40 years as a family-run business. As I mentioned previously, the Tejeda family recently purchased it and made renovations while continuing, of course, to maintain the family-run element of the restaurant. Eddie and Leandro have always been entrepreneurs and in the service or hospitality industry in some form or fashion. They've also owned a cleaning company for over 25 years, and they used to own a restaurant in Jamaica Plain years ago together with their mother called El Dugout. I know several folks who've been in the neighborhood for a while have fond memories of that restaurant. For Miami Restaurant, it serves mostly Spanish food with Dominican influence in their flavors, and the hours of operation are daily from 9 a.m. to 11 p.m., serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and with an extended closing hour of 1 a.m. Thursday through Sunday. The square footage of the main floor is approximately 2,200 square feet with 48 seats, and those 48 seats include 8 seats at the bar. Again, part of the reason for the request for the removal of the condition that came along with the previous owner's license is that the renovation of the restaurant includes the small bar, and the other request for removal of the condition is due to the small bar and a bit antiquated condition that alcohol be served with food only. They want to be able to allow customers to come in and have a drink or cocktail without ordering food. Due to the request that this is a application for a new neighborhood restricted license. As far as public need is concerned, one of the leading reasons they're seeking the new license is because customers have repeatedly asked and are interested in having cocktail offerings at this location. They want to be able to add those offerings, which is commonplace in many restaurants these days, especially for dinner. And outside their regular meal service, this particular restaurant regularly hosts family parties and special events for their tight-knit community. And they'd like to be able to round out the true authentic experience with their existing menu items that they offer with cocktail classics like margaritas and mojitos. This particular family has invested in the property. They've made substantial upgrades, and they intend to keep this a restaurant for a very long time in this community. While there are other Spanish and Latino and Dominican influenced restaurants in the area and food service restaurants in the area, Miami is one of the only restaurants that is a Spanish restaurant with dine-in, sit-down offerings within the JP community. located in the Main Streets area of the neighborhood, as well as the Hyde Jackson Square neighborhood, which has been designated as Boston's Latin Quarter by the Massachusetts Cultural Council. The majority of people who do visit the restaurant are coming for the intent to sit down and eat at this family-oriented and affordable restaurant. As mentioned, it is a smaller scale restaurant with only 48 seats total with a small bar, so the focus remains on people sitting down to eat with their family and friends. It is a well-recognized restaurant, but they also want to be competitive with other restaurants and are currently limited in doing so with their current license for just beer and wine. Further, the Jamaica Plain neighborhood is, of course, one of the zip codes contemplated by the legislation that was passed in September. There are not many licenses generally to speak of in JP, which, of course, is part and parcel of why they were included in the legislation. And we'd submit as well that this is exactly the type of restaurant contemplated by the legislation, being minority owned and operated. It's family run, small scale, has a unique food offering, and perhaps most importantly and notably, which is consistent feedback we've heard throughout the community process, that by nature of who they are as a family, they've created an atmosphere where community comes together time and time again to celebrate both the ordinary and special events of people's lives. As far as that community process is concerned, we did have a mayor's office sponsored meeting in December of 2024 and met with the JP Neighborhood Council in January of 25. Some of the sentiments echoed at those meetings were that folks were excited. This is a staple restaurant in the community for a business that is family oriented, and they encourage families to visit. We had other folks attest to the family's integrity. They're helping to clean up the neighborhood. They're good friends to the neighborhood. And that Miami is one of the first businesses in the designated Latin Quarter. Also that it's one of the safe places for people to come together. They were able to survive COVID. They've become a pillar of the community. They've hosted a lot of community coffee hours there. Their art is beautiful. And with all the new development and things changing in the neighborhood, they're excited that they're preserving some of the culturally driven restaurants within their community. I know the board is in receipt of over 70 letters of support from the neighborhood, including from the Hyde Square Task Force, 3 Squares Main Street, which pointed out that, again, it is a gathering place that fosters community spirit and brings diverse residents together. And I believe several support letters from the city councilor and councilors at large as well. That being said, we are certainly happy to answer any questions or address any concerns that the board might have at this time.
Thank you, Attorney, and thank you to the Tejadas for joining us. One question. The current beer and wine license, would you plan on surrendering that? Is that the plan?
Yes.
Would you be granted a license? Okay. And then did you cover the manager of record questions? If you did, I missed them.
He's currently approved as manager of record right now on the license.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you very much. Commissioner Saxon or Commissioner Curran, do you have any questions?
Not at this time. Thank you.
I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. At this time, the Mayor's Office like to defer to the judgment of this board. Some background information on the community process, as you heard from the applicant's representation. ONS hosted a butters meeting in December of last year. It was lightly attended. The applicant was able to answer questions that some residents had. The 3 Squares Main Streets expressed enthusiasm for a new restaurant being given this license. They went on to meet with the JPNC, which I understand was supportive. I see Michael is on here, so he can speak more to that. We're unaware of any concerns at this time. With that, we'll turn back to the board. Thank you.
Thank you, Connor. I do see that Councilor at Large Mejia is with us. Councilor Mejia, if you would like to provide your testimony.
Yes, good morning, commissioners, and thank you for the opportunity to testify. I'm here in support of Miami Restaurants' application for a 7-day all alcohol license at 381 Center Street in Jamaica Plain. Miami has been a part of our neighborhood for years, consistently providing great food, dependable service. You know, actually, I'm just going to speak from my heart because I do that when I'm best. is that when I think about the work of being an immigrant here in this country, and when we have an opportunity to really step up and support small businesses, this is what the opportunity looks like. So I am urging the board to consider this application, mainly in some of the things that the lawyer had already expressed. We worked really hard on the Boston City Council to secure licenses for our small businesses, and we recognize that this is a pathway towards helping to support our economy and giving people opportunities. So I am enthusiastically in support of this application, and I look forward to hearing a favorable yes for this process. Thank you so very much, and good luck.
Thank you, Counselor, for that testimony. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? I see a hand raised from Michael Reiskind. Mr. Reiskind, you may please provide your testimony to the board.
My name is Michael Reiskind. I live at 425 South Huntington Avenue in Jamaica Plain. I'm a member of the Jamaica Plain Neighborhood Council and chair of its Public Service Committee. We had a neighborhood hearing on this issue on January 7th, 2025, leafleted in the neighborhood in December 2024. All attendees were in favor, including the representative from the Latin Quarter. We urge you to pass this application for a new all alcohol license for Miami Restaurant with the hours of closing of 11 p.m. and extended for 4 days a week till 1 a.m. That's what we discussed. The most of the discussion was about double parking at that corner of Sheridan Street, and the applicants promised to do all they could to keep double parking down. That's a critical corner with a fire restriction on the corner. So double parking was the main issue. The bar being added was not discussed, flew under the radar. I know it was discussed at the abutters meeting, but no discussion during our January neighborhood hearing. We urge you to pass this application for a new all alcohol license. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter?
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, hello.
Hi, my name. Sorry about that. My name is Michelle Soltani. I am the next door abutter, and I'm supporting their application for this process. And these two brothers, they're the best thing happened in high school regarding being a responsible business owner. I have been in across the street 18 years myself. We had a lot of problem before with some of the businesses that are causing a lot of people, but these two brothers singly clean up that corner and make our life a lot more happy. And I'm 100% under support. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your testimony. Are there any other individuals with us this morning who would like to testify on this matter? Any further questions from the board following the testimony?
Attorney Scanlon, can you just clarify the hours?
Yes, 9 a.m. to 11 p.m. Monday through Wednesday, and 9 a.m. to 1 a.m. Thursday through Sunday.
Thank you. Anything further on this matter? The board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 14, Purple Shell Restaurant, Inc., doing business as Purple Shell Bar and Kitchen, located at 11 West Broadway in South Boston. Holder of a common victualler 7-day all-alcoholic beverages license has petitioned to transfer the license from the above to Canelo's Taco and Tequila, Inc., doing business as Agavero, Guac, and Margs at the same location. Sergio Barragan Pelayo, manager, closing hour 2 a.m. The applicant has also petitioned to amend the description of the licensed business from one room on the first floor, main entrance exit on West Broadway, secondary entrance exit on Dorchester Avenue, kitchen and storage in the rear, to 3,941 square foot restaurant on the first floor with one entrance, 2 exits. There is a large dining room, bar with seating for 15, kitchen, office, 2 bathrooms, and storage area. Attorney Brian Burke. Attorney Burke.
Yeah, good morning, Madam Chair and members of the board. Thank you for this morning. Before I start, I just want to say that although the application goes to 2 a.m., after we have had abutters meetings and meeting with the West Broadway Neighborhood Association and hearing the concerns of the community, they've asked us to reduce our request to 1 a.m. and we have no problem doing that in cooperation with the community members and the abutters. In regards to the process here, the reason why we're here is because we've altered the size of the location, reduced it in size to make it a little more comfortable for the diners in the area. So that is why we had to go through the whole process with the abutters meeting and the West Broadway Neighborhood Association, who I would say were very supportive and both in educating us on the process that they wanted us to follow, as well as their comments at the community meetings and things like that, which was very helpful. In regards to the owner and the manager, it's the same individual. It's Mr. Paleo, Sergio Paleo. He's a U.S. citizen. He is a resident of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. He is fully informed of the City of Boston's licensing board rules and regulations, as well as ABCC regulations. He has extensive experience in this industry, and he has presently a position as a manager of Ocho Cafe in Plymouth. And he started in the industry first as more like a busboy and worked his way up over the years to become a manager. And he's very good at understanding what's going on. He has a very good relationship in the community in Plymouth with the Ocho Cafe that is there. And I know that some people from the West Broadway Neighborhood Association went out there and enjoyed their experience and the food that was out there. So their enthusiasm was infectious at the meetings, and people are very happy to hear about a Mexican-themed restaurant in that location in Southie. One thing that you may want to be aware of is that it's right at the T station at Broadway Station. And previously, the Purple Shell had protocols in place to reduce the congestion out front so that if people were taking takeout and things like that, we wouldn't be dealing with people that are getting off the trains, trying to get onto the buses in that location, and not impede anybody from ingress and egress getting down to the train station as well. So we intend on incorporating those protocols that the Purple Shell had, as such as using the back entrances for things like that, so that we won't have any issues there. And I do want to say one thing, that Lydia Pulaski, Wendy Law, and Ziggy were all very helpful in this process. And I don't know if you often get a lot of feedback, but I just want to say that they've been very accommodating, very patient, and they been extremely helpful in this process. And I just wanted to say that there's a great staff there that you have. So if you have any questions.
Thank you, Attorney Burke, and thank you, Sergio, for joining us. I have no questions at this time. Commissioners, do you?
I do not. Thank you.
No questions from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll see if there are any individuals with us present who would like to testify, beginning with elected officials or their representatives.
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. This time, the Mayor's Office would like to defer to the judgment of this board. Some background information in the community process. As you heard from the applicant's representation, ONS hosted an abutters meeting on June 11th. Some residents had expressed concerns about the proposed hours of operation. The applicant graciously agreed to lower the closing time up an hour, which secured support from residents. They went on to meet with the West Broadway Neighborhood Association, which was also supportive of this change in the hour of the closing time. Unaware of any further concerns beyond that, we'll defer to the board. Thank you.
Thank you, Connor. Yep, Sydney, you may go ahead, please.
Thank you, Attorney Green, Madam Chair, members of the board. This is Sydney Scanlon from Councillor Flynn's office. Councillor Flynn would like to go on record in support based on the community process and good faith compromises with the neighbors in the West Broadway Neighborhood Association. His support stems from the proponent agreeing to roll back closing hours to 1 a.m. Councillor Flynn believes that this is an important concession and to not set a precedent for 2 a.m. closing on either West or East Broadway due to concerns of quality of life issues throughout the neighborhood. Thank you.
Thank you, Sydney. I do see a hand raised from a James. James, I'm going to ask you to unmute if you could please identify yourself for the board and you'll be able to provide your testimony.
Hi, yes, my name is Jim D'Ambra. I'm located at West Broadway, so as a nearby abutter, just wanted to echo the comments of Ms. Scanlon and applaud the applicant for agreeing to roll back the closing time to 1 a.m. That is consistent with just about all of the other bars and restaurants on West Broadway, and appreciate the efforts to make sure that this is in line with that, and also to address the concerns about takeout and the intersection with the bus stop and the T stop. So thank you again, and thank you to this board.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 15, Nusret Boston LLC, doing business as Nusret Steakhouse, located at 100 Arlington Street, holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to transfer the license and the location from the above to First Watch Restaurants, Inc., doing business as First Watch, number 1180, located at 777 Boylston Street. Premise consists of 3,109 square feet of an interior restaurant space on the first floor, with 2 entrances and 3 exits, to include a dining area with seating for approximately 108 and 10 bar counter seats, women's and men's restrooms, kitchen in the rear. All alcohol will be stored in the back bar area, then a lockable cooler and dry storage cabinets. Floor 2, basement, consisting of 1,410 square feet, will be used for additional prep, storage, and employee break room. Also to include a 585 square foot private patio for annual dining, weather permitting. Patio will close at 2:30 p.m., which is the same as the interior closing hour. Michael Barone, manager. The applicant additionally has petitioned to remove the following conditions from its license, conditions concerning the existing patio at 100 Arlington Street, including condition A, that the license for the outdoor dining area shall provide no more than 14 seats, and termination of the service of alcohol in the outdoor dining area no later than 10 p.m., Sunday through Thursday, 10:30 p.m. Friday to Saturday, and shall further provide that the outdoor dining area shall conclude all operations no later than 10:30 p.m. on Sunday through Thursday, 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday. That the license for the outdoor dining area shall provide that alcohol shall be only served in conjunction with the service of food. That food or drinks served in the outdoor dining area must be consumed in that area or within the restaurant, and that music shall not be played in the outdoor dining area at any time, and the restaurant shall observe the City of Boston's noise ordinance. Attorney Elizabeth DeConti. Attorney DeConti?
Good morning, Attorney Green, Madam Chair, members of the board. Thank you for having us. As you know, First Watch has entered a purchase agreement with Nusret LLC and will be proposing to transfer that license from Nusret's location on Arlington Street to our location at 777 Boylston Street. As Attorney Green mentioned, the purchase agreement is on file with the board. I have with me today Mr. Michael Barone. Michael, if you could wave so the board can see you. Michael is a U.S. citizen. He is a resident of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. He is experienced in the alcohol beverage industry, and in fact will be being promoted to the manager of this location from our location in Hanover, where he's currently working, and he is familiar with Mass ABCC law and the regulations of this board. I would just defer to the board to ask if you have any questions about our application.
Excuse me. Thank you very much. And thank you for covering the manager of record questions for Mr. Barone. I actually have no questions. I know you've been before us before with a similar application. So commissioners, do you have any questions?
I do not. Thank you.
None for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify in this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. This time, the Mayor's Office would like to defer to the judge process. There had been an abutters meeting for this location years prior with the previous liaison. The applicant reconnected with NAB, which was in non-opposition to this proposal, just asking some conditions around the patio, as well as that dumpsters be clearly marked with the business's name and be secured at all times. That information will defer to the board. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? The board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Calling item number 16, Thornton Companies, Inc., doing business as Thornton's Fenway Grill, located at 100 Peterborough Street, holder of a common victular 7-day all alcoholic beverages license, has petitioned to transfer the license and the location from the above to International Place Location LLC, doing business as Aries Club, located at 1 to 2 International Place. Premise consists of in various rooms on the third floor of the building located at 1 to 2 International Place, including the hub, game room for 12 seats, cafe with bar at 64 seats, boardroom 16 seats, immersive tech room 4 seats, 2 podcast rooms 4 seats, gallery 66 seats, wellness area 2 seats, and an annual outdoor terrace on private property with a 12 a.m. outdoor closing hour and 20 seats at 2,596 square feet. Altogether comprised of approximately 14,000 square feet with 1 entrance and 3 exits. 12 a.m. interior closing hour. Benjamin Simon, manager. Secondly, the applicant has petitioned to pledge the license to Fort Hill Square TRS LLC. And finally, the applicant has petitioned to remove the following conditions from the license. Service of alcoholic beverages to be served with food only, and patio close at 11 p.m. Attorney Dennis Quilty. Attorney Quilty.
Good morning again, Attorney Green, Madam Chair, members of the board. Dennis Quilty, attorney representing the transferee seeking approval of this license for International Place. The basic premise here is very similar to operations that the board has approved in the Winthrop Square Tower and the new 1 State Street, which is an amenity for the building. This amenity space is on the 3rd floor of the International Place property and is broken up as indicated by Attorney Green in his recitation. With us this morning, Alan Beersley, who is the Vice President of Operations for Convene Global Holdings LLC, which is an upstream entity, owner of the licensee entity, if you will. And with us as well is the proposed manager of record, Benjamin Simon. So again, this will be an amenity for the building, similar to amenity spaces that many other downtown office buildings have applied for and been granted in recent past as a way for them to secure tenants, keep tenants, et cetera. Very important, obviously, in the location today. So we have met with the Wharf District Council in May of this year. They provide a letter of support, I believe. We had an ONS of Butters meeting also in May. We are unaware of any objections. The removal of conditions, of course, are conditions that were placed on this license in the Fenway neighborhood. Really has nothing to do with our space, so we would ask you to remove those conditions. And one request we have, if the board grants, is to issue CV only pending the ABCC approval so that they could actually open the space without the service of alcohol to serve the building proper. The manager of record proposed is Mr. Simon. He's with us this morning, has extensive experience in the food and beverage industry dating back over 10 years. He is a Mass resident and a U.S. citizen and is familiar from his many past operations as with the rules and regs of this board and the laws of the Commonwealth with regard to sale and service of alcohol. We are happy to take any of your questions and all good to go here. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Attorney Quilty. And thank you for joining us, Mr. Simon. So you described this as an amenity for the building. Does that mean it's closed to the public and only for tenants?
Well, it is not a club license application, so it is a license. We think it will be primarily for persons in the building, guests of the building, tenants of the building, et cetera, given that it's kind of in not really in a public open space area, but in a middle floor, if you will, a 3rd floor in any event. So we do understand that it is a license and not a club. But we do believe that it will be mostly, as the others have been, mostly utilized by tenants and guests of tenants of the building.
Okay. All right. I guess that's my only question. Commissioners Saxon or Curran, do you have any questions?
I do not. Thank you.
No questions from me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. At this time, the Mayor's Office would like to defer to the judgment of this board. Some background information on the community process As you heard from the applicant's representation, ONS hosted a butters meeting in May. It was lightly attended. There were no concerns raised. The applicant was then connected with the Wharf District Neighborhood Council. We're unaware of any concerns presently with this application, and with that, we'll defer to the board. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement as well.
Thank you.
Calling item number 17, Pizza 24 Inc., doing business as Pizza 24, located at 301 Adam Street in Dorchester, has applied for a common victual or 7-day wines and malt beverages license to be exercised on the above. Approximately 1,800 square feet with 2 entrances and 2 exits. On first floor, to include dining area with seating for 12, main counter area, restroom to the right, kitchen in the rear, and basement for storage only. Manager Manuel De Rosa, closing time 11 p.m. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Me, Manuel De Rosa.
Great. Thank you for being with us this morning. If you could please briefly present the proposed concept to the board.
Yeah, sure. Good morning. My name is Manuel De Rosa. I'm the owner and the manager on record. Pizza 24 is a family-owned restaurant located at 301 Adam Street, Dorchester. We are here today to request a liquor license for our restaurant. We believe this license is not only important for our business, but also meets a real need in the community. So we have had many customers tell us they would love to enjoy a beer or glass of wine with pizza. Unfortunately, there aren't any pizza places in our parts of the community that offer that option. A lot of them say they have to go all the way to the north end to enjoy that kind of experience. They are genuinely excited about the possibility of Pizza 24 being able to offer their right here in Dorchester. So we want to give our customers the same quality experience closer to home. I have worked in the food and the beverage industry for several years, and I understand the responsibility that comes with serving alcohol. I'm familiar with the rules and regulation of ABCC Commonwealth. I live in Commonwealth. I have experience, and I am a U.S. citizen. With liquor license, we can grow our business, create more local jobs, and keep more business in the community. Pizza 24 isn't just about food, it's about building community, offering opportunity, and serving our neighbors with pride. I respectfully ask the board to approve this license so we can meet the needs of our customers, provide a complete dining experience, and continue to be positive a part of the Dorchester neighborhood. And I'm ready to answer questions.
Thank you, Mr. De Rosa. You did an excellent job with your presentation. I appreciate that. I actually don't have any questions for you. You did an outstanding job. Commissioner Saxon or Commissioner Curran, do you have any questions?
No questions for me, thank you.
None for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. At this time, the Mayor's Office would defer to the judgment of this board. Some background information on the community process. ONS hosted a butters meeting that was lightly attended. No concerns were raised. The applicant went on to meet with the Fields Corner Civic Association, which was supportive of this proposal. Unaware of any concerns from neighbors or the community. We've heard only support. With that, we'll defer to the board. Thank you.
Hello, Madam Chair, members of the board. Liam Remus from Councilor Fitzgerald's office. Our office would like to go on record in support of this proposal. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Councilor Mejia, you may please go ahead.
Yes, good morning. I did not come here to testify on behalf of Mr. De Rosa, but hearing his presentation and his journey and being a Dorchester resident, I was compelled to say that I am encouraging the board to consider his application. I'm also incredibly impressed that you came here to speak on your own, and that speaks volumes in terms of what this effort is all about. So I just wanted to raise my hand and enthusiastically support yours as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor. I see a hand raised from Jackie West Devine. You may please provide your testimony as well.
Thank you so much for astutely recognizing that, Councilor Mejia, because that is the exact sort of grit and tenacity that I have seen from the DeRosa family in the years that I've known them. They have shown incredible dexterity also as business owners. In the years that I've known them, they have shown that they really can meet the needs that we have in the neighborhood. And right now, what we really need is a sit-down family restaurant in Fields Corner. And they have the capacity to turn Pizza 24 into that. They offer pizza and regular kind of comfort food that kids love to eat, but they also offer some traditional Cape Verdean foods that our neighborhood doesn't really have. So it's a diversity of cuisine, and I really think that being able to have a beer and liquor license will complement their business plan really splendidly. And on top of that, I just want to say that they, in the past year, have taken a management course to really fine tune their business plan and their technique. And they've also had some guidance from Prep Shift, which is a city contractor with Irene Lee, to get feedback, and they got all gold stars for what their business protocol really was, and this was a growth area for them. So that's the reason why they took this next step, is that was the clear next step. So it's my pleasure to enthusiastically say that and highly endorse that they get their beer and liquor license today.
Thank you very much. The next hand I see raised is from Emily Patrick. You may please provide your testimony as well.
Thanks. I also just want to state, because Jackie did a phenomenal job, but didn't say her title, that she's the executive director of Fields Corner Main Streets, and I think that carries a smidge more, maybe not more weight, but is notable for her testimony. My name's Emily Patrick. I work for the City of Boston Small Business Office. I've worked pretty closely with the DeRosa family over the last 12 to 18 months. Everything Jackie said is very true. They came to us seeking some guidance and advice, and every step of the way they followed our recommendations. When we gave them kind of assignments, they carried them out with vigor and determination and a smile. They're exceptionally responsive and engaged. They talk a lot about the importance of their family and their place in the community and give back. I've seen JC at, I don't know, I think at one point I saw her at 3 community events in 3 days. They are just so heavily involved community, and I wanted to make sure that I voiced the support of this office, them and their expansion to hopefully receive this license. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Emily. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Seeing on the board, will take this under advisement as well. Thank you. Calling item number 18, DQC Inc., doing business as Chilicate's Cantina, located at 1211 Dorchester Ave in Dorchester, has applied for a common victualler 7-day all alcoholic beverages license to be exercised on the above in one large room on ground floor with various dining areas with seating for 48 and bar with seating for 17. Restrooms, storage, kitchen, and office space located in rear, altogether comprised of 3,200 square feet with 1 entrance and 3 exits. Manager Aleska Ramirez. Closing time 1 a.m. Attorney Dennis Quilty. Attorney Quilty.
Good morning again, Attorney Green, Madam Chair, members of the board. Dennis Quilty, attorney representing, excuse me, the applicant with us this morning, proposed manager of record and part owner, Aleska Ramirez. This is an application for an all-alcoholic beverages license at this location. The well-known and growing and new neighborhood known as Dot Block. This is a new building that they're going into. This will occupy the ground floor commercial space in the building. Ms. Ramirez and her company operate a number of non-alcohol food service operations with a style of Mexican street food that have been mostly takeout and CV operations. This would be their first request for a full license. They are well thought of in and around the neighborhood. We feel that this will be a total amenity to the location and be kind of a building block for the area as it is redeveloped. They are both operationally involved again with these other locations. They have, as this is their first all alcohol application, they don't have any day-to-day experience in the sale and service of alcohol, but have carefully studied the board's rules and regs and the ABCC rules and regs, and have gone over these matters in meetings with us to prepare themselves for operations. But as restaurant operators, they are well thought of and have a full background, and we believe they'll be fully able to comply with any rules and regs regarding the sale and service of alcohol. And again, that manager of record would be Aleska. So again, experience in the industry and has studied and made herself aware of the rules and regs concerning the sale and service of alcohol. But we basically see this as an amenity to a growing part of the Dorchester neighborhood. And we think that is borne out by their ONS Abutters meeting held on April 29th, and a following meeting with the Meeting House Hill Civic Association in May, which granted support for this application. We are, happy to be here this morning before you, looking for a 1 a.m. closing hour for this location, and this will be a restaurant, full-service restaurant, focusing on Mexican cuisine, again, the likes of which they have been serving and selling and operating under in these other CV locations for many years. So we hope this Chilicate's Cantina will be an amenity for the new building, an amenity for the neighborhood, and an operation that will be quickly become part of the community, going forward. So again, we're delighted to be here this morning and happy to take any of your questions this morning. Thank you very much. And I know Aleska, I saw her on the screen earlier. I think, yes, okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Attorney Quilty, and thank you, Ms. Ramirez, for joining us. I don't have any questions. Commissioner Kern and Commissioner Saxon?
I have no questions. Thank you.
No questions from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. At this time, the Mayor's Office would like to defer to the judgment of this board. Some background information on the community process. As you heard from the applicant's representation, ONS had hosted an abutters meeting at the end of April. No concerns were raised in that meeting. It was lightly attended. The applicant went on to meet with the Meeting House Hill Neighborhood Association, which was supportive of this proposal. Unaware of any concerns at this time. With that, we'll defer to the board. Thank you.
Hello, Madam Chair, members of the board, Liam Remus from Councilor Fitzgerald's office. Our office would like to go on record in support of this proposal. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? The board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Calling item number 19, GR Restaurant and Catering, Inc., doing business as Bono Restaurant and Catering, located at 269 to 271 Meridian Street in East Boston. Has applied for a common victualler 7-day all alcoholic beverages license to be exercised on the above, approximately 1,012 square feet on the first floor and basement of mixed-use building with counter seating for 10 patrons and dining area seating for 18 patrons. Preparation and serving area are at the front of the space with bathrooms in the rear and storage in the basement. Space contains one entrance and one exit. Manager Manuel Fernando Rosas Guerrera, closing time 1 a.m. Who is present on behalf of the applicant?
Myself, Manuel Fernando Rosas Guerrero.
Great. Thank you for being with us this morning. If you could please present your concept to the board.
Well, buenos dias. Thanks for having me here. Thank you for the honorable members of the licensing board for taking the time and listen to our application. I am the owner of, first of all, my name is Fernando Rosas. I am the owner and manager of Bono Restaurant and Catering, located at 269-271 Meridian Street in East Boston. We originally opened as La Casa del Pan de Bono in 2019, just 8 months before the pandemic. Despite the challenges, we survived and we remain open, getting to know our neighbors and responding to their needs. And transitioning from a bakery into a full-service sit-down restaurant with a bar, throughout this journey, our main focus has been community, hospitality, and being responsible. Our business is deeply rooted in the neighborhood, and we are very grateful for the support we have received from East Boston customers, local organizations throughout all of these years. We appear before you today to respectfully request an upgrade to our existing alcohol license. We currently hold a beer and wine and cordial license, and we're applying for a 7-day common virtual all alcohol license. This upgrade would allow us to offer a full cocktail menu to our guests who have been requesting this level of service as part of their dining experience. Since receiving our liquor license, we have 0 negative incidents, and we're fully committed to continuing the same level of responsibility and respect moving forward. We have completed the community process, including an abutter meeting, anonymous vote from support from everybody. We also have the support from the Eagle Hill Association, and we have numerous letters of support from organizations, including the Greater Boston Chamber of Commerce, Sumix, which is a nonprofit, a local nonprofit. We have advocate Saida Adames and our state representative, Adrian Madaro, from the 1st Suffolk District. We also have received more than 150 signatures from local neighbors and customers expressing their strong support for our alcohol license. I'm a citizen of the U.S., a resident of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and I'm familiar with the laws and requirements of the service and sales of alcohol. I have been 14 years in the business managing restaurants that sell alcohol. I'm a tip certified, and all my staff is also certified. So we understand the responsibility that comes with serving alcohol. And we are committed to fully comply with all cities and state regulation. This license will simply allow us to evolve and better serve our dining clientele who are looking for the ability to enjoy a full cocktail menu with their meals. We're not altering the nature of our establishment. We're always going to remain a sit-down restaurant, family-oriented, and we have no intentions of becoming a nightclub or a venue that's not going to care about our customers. Thank you to the board to listen to my request, and I really request respectfully to approve our application. Thank you. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Thank you. I know you mentioned it, but just so I can put in my notes, how long have you had your current beer and wine license for?
So we got it last year. We were approved on January last year, and we actually finally got it on March 28, 2024.
Great. And it's been going well?
Yes. So one of the biggest things is we are located in East Boston. We are located far away from the train station. Mm-hmm. So we're in a weird corner where there's a lot of apartments, and a lot of people who work in the industry and get late at night, they actually have an excuse to swing by, take a to-go, enjoy a beer, and go home. Also, everybody's expressing that East Boston doesn't have that many open bars at the moment. So definitely, like we're becoming a spot considered to be a spot for after work drinks. Okay. We have had 0 incident, and the only incident that I have to mention that I have, it was that my noise levels, one of the speakers was broken, and one of the abutters complained. We fixed it within 10 minutes. It was very easy. So I am, like I say, I being East Boston is my home. Last year I was able to receive many awards. One of them was the Latino Award, and it's just because we care about our community. So this will really mean too much for us if we can be allowed to have a all alcohol license.
Great, thank you. Well done on your presentation today as well. I appreciate all the information you shared. I don't have any questions for you. Commissioner Saxon or Commissioner Curran, do you?
I have no questions. Thank you.
None for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. This time, the Mayor's Office would like to defer to the judgment of this board. Some background information in the community process. ONS had hosted an abutters meeting on April 1st. There were some light concerns regarding the closing hour, but overwhelmingly the members of the public that were there were supportive of this proposal. As you heard, the applicant went on to meet with the Eagle Hill Civic Association, which was unanimous in their support. With that information, we'll defer to the board. Thank you.
Thank you, Connor. Go ahead, Gabrielle.
Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. Gabriela Ramirez here, present on behalf of Councilor Coletta Zapata's office. At this time, the council would like to go in support of this proposal.
Thank you. Councilor Mejia, I see your hand raised. You may
Yeah.
testimony.
Yes, thank you. I actually am waiting patiently for another applicant, but I am enthusiastic here listening in and really understanding the important power that you all have in helping small businesses grow. And so I am enthusiastically, I'm not sure how many licenses we have. It would be great to know. I want to make sure that we have enough for everybody who is here today because this is what it looks like when we step up to support our small businesses, particularly our immigrant-owned businesses, because this moment requires us to do a little bit more. And so I just want to go on the record in support of this applicant, even though I was not here to do that. I was moved by your presentation. And again, also just want to speak on the importance of really creating space for small businesses to grow. And I'm excited to hear from the next business that I'm here to speak on behalf. So I just will stop speaking now. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Councilor. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter?
Hi, this is Liliana Mozo. How are you? So yes, I'm here. I live in work in East Boston area, right on Meridian Street. And I've been a loyal customer since Bonner Restaurant opened their doors. And when they added the bar, that was like an extra plus for us, actually. As Fernando mentioned, we always pour for our local business, but now that they opened the bar, it was even better for us to just go after hours to swing by just for a drink, and we full support. Then they also are really good. They are family owned business, and I know the environment. It's very it's amazing. Every time that you walk in, you the greeting for all the people that were there, even for the owner, it's amazing. That makes us feel at home. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I'll ask once again, are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Item number 20 was already heard previously in this hearing together with item 13. So we will now be moving ahead, calling item number 21, Coffee LLC, doing business as Grace Note Coffee Boston, located at 108 Lincoln Street. Has applied for a common victual or 7-day all alcoholic beverages license to be exercised on the above 1,562 square foot coffee shop with accompanying listening room on one floor with one entrance and two exits. Space includes two rooms, the first being a coffee shop espresso bar, the second being a larger listening room space with modular furniture, open floor plan to experience music, film, or other programming. Public washroom accessible from the listening room, office, utility, and storage rooms in the rear for staff use only. Manager Patrick Barter, closing time 12 a.m. Who's present on behalf of the applicant?
I'm Patrick Barter. Also with me is Perna Seku, who's majority owner, but I am a citizen of the United States, a resident of Princeton, Massachusetts. And I have 10 years of experience as the food beverage service manager, and I'm the founder of Grace Note Coffee, both the cafe and the roasting company. I'm familiar with the rules, regulations, privileges of the City of Boston Licensing Board and the ABCC. And so Grace Note is a well-respected cafe. It's loved by the community. And in fact, if you check out what is the highest rated cafe in Boston, according to Google, that would be Grace Note. We also currently have a spot within High Street Place at 100 High Street where we serve wine and cocktails. And that is a 5-minute walk away from the proposed location, which is right now just a cafe. But within this cafe for the last year, we have been running listening room events. We actually started our first on June 29th of last year. We've had 35 events, and the purpose of these events is to encourage guests to listen more deeply. And we do that through how we choose our music, the medium that we play the music on, which is vinyl. And it's also usually very rare music, so not stuff that people have heard before. All of this is in support of people having an immersive listening experience. The seating is such that it's auditorium style seating, so it's not the type of situation where people will come and have loud conversations. Um, it's quite designed to focus on the aspects of listening. And so we've been choosing our drink menu um, to reward the same type of experience or to reward the same type of attention that people are giving the music. And so, background on myself, I'm a trained jazz musician. I have 2 degrees in it. I'm also a certified coffee taster of the highest, well, it's called a Q grader. I'm also a sommelier. And so, in all of the domains that we're operating in, is probably considered to be an expert. And so, this is also tying into Boston's rich history of jazz performance and rich history of education. And so what we're doing is sort of sneakily being a place of education that doesn't say it is, come to class and learn about, jazz from behind the Iron Curtain in the 1970s. It's quite approachable because you can come and order a drink and listen with your friends, but it's also a lovely place to come by yourself, especially if you're curious about any of the things we're doing. And the reason we're applying for this license is in order to continue doing this, we've been operating on 1-day liquor licenses, and we have the limit of 30 a year. And we've been getting a tremendous amount of support from the community and all walks of life, artists, educators, etc. We have something like, Pranay, correct me if I'm wrong, like 250 signatures. We have several letters of support, and people have actually been very encouraging and hoping that we will keep doing this. And so we were applying for this license in order to not have the limitations associated with the 1-day liquor licenses. In terms of logistics and parking, we have a bus stop on our street. South Station is a 4-minute walk from us. We don't expect issues with that. In terms of some of the issues that have been raised with our community's meeting, really the only one is that certain neighbors are concerned about the noise, but we've run the event more than 35 times and we've had no noise complaints at all. We've actually had somebody, our immediate downstairs neighbor, chime in and say, we love what you're doing. And mid-event, we were not imposed upon in any way by the sound. So that appears to be a non-issue. The way that we're designing the event is to promote and reward active listening. And so we're capping the number of attendees and the volume to make sure that that stays primary. So we don't expect this to ever have a problem, but certainly we're more than happy to work with anybody at any time if something comes up. And our closing time on the application is 12 a.m., sorry, but we've been closing at 11 p.m. We don't expect to actually close at midnight, except we would love to have that option in case an event runs long or we do some film screening that goes, a bit further into the evening than we would normally like. And yeah, some of the feedback we've gotten in person has been, and I'm paraphrasing, nobody else is doing this. This is the coolest thing in Boston. I can't believe this is here. I've never heard of this. and like, please, please keep going. Lots of that type of thing. And so we're really looking forward to keeping going with this. And since this is a fairly proven concept with no issues, we really would love to be granted one of these licenses in order to keep making Boston cool.
Excuse me, thank you. So what is your capacity?
Our rated capacity is 50. We've been limiting it to 40 in our listening room space.
All right, so I am not familiar with the space. Do you have wait staff that serves the people in the listening room, or do they go up and order the drink by themselves and bring it back to their stadium seat?
Yeah, they bring it back. So we don't have wait staff at them. We haven't found that to be the best way to do it. So people order at the cafe bar, and then they go through a door into the 1,100-ish square foot room and take a seat and listen.
Okay, and how do you ensure compliance with the laws? Where do you check IDs? What method do you use?
Yeah, we're checking IDs at the bar.
And what do you do? Visual checks, or you scan them?
We're visual checks right now. Yes, getting a scanner would be a useful part of this. We're happy to do whatever makes the most sense.
And then you're located in a residential building, right? Okay, so will you describe for us what your process has been with the abutters in the building? Communicating with them?
Sure, we've done everything required by this process. We've posted about the application. We've had the abutters meeting. We've sent the certified return request.
Sure, but tell me about the butters meeting. Were there any concerns? Did you talk? How many people showed up?
I think maybe 5 people showed up, and the concerns were noise. And so we basically just talked briefly about the noise, and not the noise that was happening, the possibility of noise, because we've been running this for a year.
Okay.
And we've had no issues. We only just talked about the possibility.
Do you have like soundproofing and stuff like that in the space?
We haven't needed to treat the space at all, actually. We have fairly high ceilings, and we're not running this at a very high volume.
Okay. So so with the listening room, is it going to be like an event thing, or will it be open all the time, the listening room?
So far, it's event things, and we do plan on exploring what it's like to have more regular events, but we don't have any intention to just turn it into a bar. We want to keep this as a deliberately listening room project. I mean, we will have the ability to serve wine, but we've been serving wine at our other nearby location for a long time, and it's, I think, 3 years now. It's not a major source of revenue or of interest, and we don't want to open this backspace and then have to deal with all of the sort of the problems that come with, having a
So
bunch of people in events.
do you anticipate more than 30 to 50 events a year?
We do, yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, we're just trying to determine the best use of these licenses. And obviously they're coveted, and if you were telling me you're only going to have between 30 and 50 events a year, I would probably recommend you continue to apply for 1 days. And just to be clear, you can apply for 30, and so can your partner, so can an employee. Make you aware of that. You're not limited. Grace Note is not limited to 30. It's per person who applies.
Sure. We also are very excited to bring our cocktail program there and to be able to run midweek events. So some of the issues of having the lead time and having the restriction of what we can serve, and like that's preventing us from really investing in doing that side of things really well, which we would love to do.
If I may add, for an event like this, the $75 per license thing is not trivial. It is actually one staff member's salary for the evening. And so, it's it is hard enough for us to pay the artists that are showing up to help us run these events based on the revenue of like 1 day events. So the only way to make this sustainable is to actually have more revenue coming in so that we can pay the artists, so that we can actually have this cultural space that is enriching, this environment for all of us.
Okay. That's helpful.
Yeah.
Commissioner Saxon or Commissioner Curran, do you have any questions?
Not at this time, thank you.
No questions. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. This time, the Mayor's Office would like to defer to the judgment of this board. Some background information on the community process. ONS had hosted a butters meeting on May 20th. I was attended by roughly a handful of residents. The applicant was able to address concerns and questions that residents had regarding hours of operation, noise levels, etc. They reached out to both of the active civic associations in that area and did not hear back that they needed to present to the membership. They did receive a support letter from one of the leaders of the 1LD Civic Association. That information will defer to the board. Thank you.
Thank you. I see a hand raised from Councilor Flynn's office. You may please go ahead and provide a testimony on behalf of the councilor.
Yes, thank you, Attorney Green, Madam Chair, members of the board. This is Sydney Scanlon from Councilor Flynn's office. Councilor Flynn would like to respectfully request a deferral based on insufficient community process with neighbors in the Leather District Neighborhood Association. Councilor Flynn believes residents in a neighborhood deserve a voice in what takes place, and that the Leather District Neighborhood Association should be afforded the opportunity to weigh in on this proposal. Thank you.
Thank you. I see a hand raised from Nomron. You may please provide your testimony to the board.
Thank you, board and chair. Noam Ron. I live at 28 Auburn Street in Charlestown. I lived in the Leather District for close to 20 years, and my office is next door to Grace Note, 107 South Street. I'm Grace Note's landlord and kind of collaborator over the last few years. They've been really amazing tenants for just over 10 years, almost 11. And this, in many ways, by the way, I'm in full support of what they're doing and what we hope they continue to do for many years. This really is kind of a continuation of their growth and their relationship with the neighborhood. Just a brief background: we, as a family company, we're a small kind of real estate group. We've been involved in the Leather District since the mid '90s and seen kind of a lot of growth and heard a lot of both neighborhood complaints of various uses over the years and a lot of support for these types of independent operators. And just a little background: when Grace Note wanted to start opening in 2014, we had similar hearings. They had to apply for a takeout license. It was a yoga studio before that. Historically, it was a cafe years and years ago. And we've addressed all these issues over the years. People originally were concerned about noise of coffee grinders and smell and crowds lining up and trash. And Patrick and his team have been really good about addressing all those early on. I would say that actually the cafe operation is a much heavier operation than kind of the incremental add of the liquor license that they're asking for now. I'll just say again, they have communicated with the Leather District Neighborhood Association and 1LD. Totally understand if some more conversation is necessary. I think a lot of that might have to do with summer schedules and people taking some time to respond to emails. I will also say, just on a practical note, their need to apply for single day licenses creates this awkward situation where they have to apply for liquor liability insurance, oftentimes at 1 day chunks. So operationally, that's a heavy lift. It's burdensome both for myself as landlord and for the team. So I think, and again, I would ask and kind of encourage the board to eventually, hopefully, approve their license. And again, from a practical perspective, I'm happy to help answer questions as related to access, infrastructure of the building. It's true that it's in a residential building, but it's been a mixed use building for a very long time. There are 3 commercial units and 10 residential units. So it's not as if this is sort of the first time a commercial use is being introduced into a mixed use property or neighborhood. Thank you for the opportunity, and I hope to be part of the continuing conversation here.
Thank you. The next hand I see raised is from Catherine Friedman. Ms. Friedman, you may please unmute yourself and provide your testimony.
Hi there. I'm a Leather District resident. I'm on the board of the LDNA, but I'm actually just representing my own opinion right now because we have not been able to take a formal vote. Patrick is right. Grace Note is an incredibly popular neighborhood business, brings people from all over. They do a really good job of running that business. This corner also could use some evening activation. Nobody disagrees about that. But I also do feel like it's important to represent some of the neighbors who are listening to early morning coffee grinding and then thinking through, what happens when they have late night music. And while that this is not, at a club volume, I actually live across a street and up a few floors, and I could hear and feel the bass in my unit about a week or so ago. So the noise does travel just because these are old buildings. And so um, I am not opposed to this license at all, but I do think that there just needs to be conditions out of respect for the neighbor. So that would include, really making that 11 p.m., introducing some soundproofing, and also, I know this is not going to be popular, but trying to reduce the evenings to that Thursday through Saturday. Just keeping in mind, the residents, especially the ones above, and, trying to not be too disruptive to their lives.
Thank you for your testimony, Perna. I do see your hand raised. If there's more you'd like to add for the board.
Yeah, I just wanted to point out that we did invite, thank you, Catherine. I'll address all your concerns in a second. I did want to address Sydney's representation from Councillor Flynn's office. We did invite the Leather District Neighborhood Association to engage with us multiple times. And we have just not, we've not received anything back from them. So we would welcome Councillor Flynn mediating for us if required, but we do not think that this is a valuable place to ask for deferment if our invitation to connect has not been met. And Catherine, actually, our interest has been to only really run it Thursday to Saturday. We can't create listening room events every night. This is just to support the listening room events that we can do through a few hours, but to have the liquor license going at other days as well, but not continuously Monday to Sunday. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Are there any further questions from the board following the testimony? Seeing none, the board will take this matter under advisement as well. Thank you. And finally, calling item number 22, Cilantro Latin Kitchen Corp. Doing business as Merengue Express, located at 1415 Tremont Street in Mission Hill, has applied for a common victual or 7-day all alcoholic beverages license to be exercised on the above approximately 1,794 square feet on the ground floor of a retail building containing an office lounge area, dining room, kitchen in the rear, and 2 restrooms. Premise has 1 entrance and 1 exit. Manager Nivea Pina. Closing time 10 p.m. Attorney Michael Vigorito. Attorney Vigorito.
Yes, thank you, Attorney Green. Good morning. Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board. My name is Michael Vigorito. I'm counsel for the applicant, Cilantro Latin Kitchen Corporation, doing business as Merengue Express at 1415 Tremont Street in Boston. We're here today to respectfully request the board's approval for their application for an on-premises all alcoholic beverages license. The applicants seek this license to enhance the customer experience at 1415 Tremont by offering wine, beer, and Latin-influenced cocktails along with the Latin-inspired meals. Alcohol service will be complementary to the Latin dining experience and is in no way intending to function as a bar or a late-night drinking establishment. I have here with me today Hector Pina and Nivea Pina. On behalf of the proposed manager of record, I can answer that Ms. Pina is a U.S. citizen, is a resident of the Commonwealth, is highly familiar with the rules and regulations of the City of Boston Licensing Board and the ABCC, and has significant experience in the food and beverage industry. And to that point, Mr. and Mrs. Pina are a husband and wife team, veterans in the Massachusetts restaurant community with decades of experience in hospitality and restaurant management and with serving alcoholic beverages. In addition to Merengue Express, they currently co-own and have successfully operated Doña Habana on Mass Ave in Boston, Merengue on Blue Hill Ave in Boston, and Vejigantes on Dedham Street in Boston. Their longstanding and positive record at these locations demonstrates a strong track record of compliance with laws and ordinances, a positive working relationship with law enforcement, neighbors in the community, and a genuine commitment to public safety and responsible alcohol service. With respect to Mr. and Mrs. Pena's community involvement and contributions, they are actively involved and are contributors to the community and have obtained an overwhelming amount of support from our meeting with ONS and with the Community Alliance of Mission Hill. Many individuals appeared and stated their support for this license. And Mr. and Mrs. Pena are actively involved in giving back to the community on a regular basis, hosting fundraisers, donating meals, sponsoring youth groups, partnering with nonprofits and charities, and hosting community events at their locations. The owners and their staff understand the responsibility that comes with the licenses, as they have significant experience in this industry, and will represent that all managers and servers will be tip certified, and that they are committed to ongoing training and strict enforcement of age verification and responsible consumption policies. And the premises have been designed to maintain a secure and controlled environment. Significant investment was made into the space itself. In conclusion and summary, this application is supported by a public need and convenience, but also by a track record of responsible service, community contribution, and a professional management approach by Mr. and Mrs. Pena. And this presents an opportunity for a responsible, locally rooted business, minority owned, immigrant owned and operated, with a unique and diverse cuisine, as we would maintain, that is contemplated by the recently passed legislation, to flourish and contribute to Boston's culinary landscape, while serving the Mission Hill and Roxbury Crossing neighborhoods with a more rewarding dining experience. And we are happy to take any questions by the board.
Thank you, Attorney, for joining us, and thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Pena, for joining us as well. I actually don't have any questions. Your attorney did a good job outlining your roots in this industry and what you're hoping to do with this license at this location. I might have questions after public testimony, but I don't think I will. So I'm going to see if Commissioner Saxon or Commissioner Curran have any questions.
Thank you.
I have no questions. Thank you.
None for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Are there any individuals who would like to testify on this matter, beginning with elected officials or their representatives?
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the board, Connor Newman with the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Services. This time, the Mayor's Office would like to defer to the judgment of this board. Some background information in the community process. ONS had hosted a butters meeting on April 16th. I understand that no concerns were raised in that meeting. Residents liked the proposed closing time. They ended up connecting with the Community Alliance of Mission Hill, which was supportive, as well as the Mission Hill Neighborhood Housing Service, which was supportive as well. I'm unaware of any concerns at this time. With that, we'll defer to the board. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councilor Mejia, your hand is raised next.
Thank you so very much. The long-awaited testimony that I've sat through patiently, saving the best for last. I am City Council at Large Julia Mejia. I am so enthusiastic about this particular application, understanding the journey that Hector and Nibia have the impact that they've made here in the city of Boston as the first Dominican establishment that really flourished here in the city of Boston. His story and Nivia's story really demonstrates what it looks like to come to this country with a vision and a dream, and the support of this particular license will allow them to continue to not just inspire other people, but to help give the city an opportunity to demonstrate what it looks like when we really do allow businesses to grow and flourish. So I am enthusiastically here to provide my full support for this particular 7-day license. Y'all know I never come through these meetings, Kathleen. I see you laughing because you know if I show up, it is because I deeply care about
nice to hear from you. That's what it is.
I know. Yeah,
Yes.
no, but everybody knows that I never do this. And when I do, it's because it's really an opportunity for us to demonstrate how we utilize our microphone to really support businesses who have supported our communities. And this is not just about a liquor license. This is about jobs for people. This is about opportunities. And this is really a big win for the city, because we can just point to this particular family-owned business as a really good example of what it looks feels like when we support those who are trying to support us. So Kathleen, it's good to see you, members of the board. I hope that you all listen to me and say yes to this one. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Mejia. I see Indus from Councilor at Large Santana's office. May you please provide your testimony?
Good morning, Madam Chair and members of the board. My name is Indus Johnson. I'm the Director of Constituent Services for Councilor at Large Henry Santana, and we are in full support of them receiving a full license. As someone who lives down the street from one of the restaurants, I'm on Dartmouth Street, and this is on a personal note, but I worked in the restaurant business for probably over 30 years. And one of the things that is so huge for me when I go into a place is that you feel like you are welcomed into someone's home. And it is a beautiful, beautiful restaurant, beautiful service, food, beverages. We fully support the DePinas and we love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Indus, and thank you to the councilor for the testimony. I see Sam from Councilor Durkin's office on as well. You may please provide your testimony on behalf of the councilor.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks so much for having me. This is Samantha Courage from the office of Councilor Sharon Durkin. The councilor would like to ensure that her voice of strong support is raised and given to this board, also echoing the sentiments from Mr. Newman and other colleagues with other Mission Hill neighborhood associations that have been in support. We would like to stand with them. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much for your testimony. And I also see a hand raised from Courtney Wright. You may please provide your testimony as well.
Hello, good morning, board. I'm Courtney Wright, the Executive Director at Mission Hill Main Streets. For all of the reasons Michael, Councilor Mejia, Indus spoke, we support enthusiastically their all liquor license. I think from a Mission Hill Business District broader context, I think it's really important for us to have an anchor establishment at the Roxbury Crossing end of our neighborhood, which doesn't. Most of our establishments with alcohol are centered in Brigham Circle. So to have something in the Roxbury Crossing area not only helps staple that area, but it helps bring people from Brigham Circle to Roxbury Crossing, which increases foot traffic up and down Tremont, which has struggled since the pandemic with institutions being remote. So yeah, we support. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Are there any other individuals who would like to testify on this matter? Are there any further questions from the board following the testimony that was heard? Seeing none, the board will take this under advisement as well. Thank you all. Those are all the items before the board this morning. The board is set to vote tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Notice has been posted to the city's website. That will adjourn this hearing. So thank you all and do enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.